Right, guys, so Liverpool are out of the FA Cup. Are you surprised? I'm not, in all honesty. As soon as I saw that lineup, I was pretty much confused with what was going on up front. Midfield kind of picks itself now, I think Kate has played really well, and Bajcetic and Thiago. I think that probably is our first choice midfield going forward for a fair bit now. Because Jurgen's basically just said at the end of the game that we won't be signing any midfielders now, you know, in this window. So it's just so deflating. I just, it's, I can't. I'm not even going to talk about the owners in this video because today was not on them. Basically, like Jurgen's tactics lost us the game. Why was Gakpo playing through the middle? Why was Nunes on the bench? Like, in my opinion, and if a player is fit enough for the bench, he's fit enough to start. So surely we want to start giving Gakpo, Nunes and Salah more game time together, so they can work on that bond. It was only the other day in his embargoed section of the press conference that Jurgen mentioned that he had the old traditional front three, Firmino, Mane, Salah, had time to work together, play together, train together, so they knew where each other were going to be on the pitch without having to think about it. But how are we going to get that from these three if they're not playing together? Yes, Harvey Elliott scored a goal, and yes, Harvey Elliott probably does deserve to be in the starting 11, but I can't get my head around it, guys. I really can't. The only thing I can possibly think of with what's going on with our team, formation-wise and stuff like that, is something that commentary said. The commentators said in this game. It was towards the beginning of the match, and they basically were talking about Gakpo. And they said, where do you think he's going to end up playing? And I'm of the opinion that when Diaz and Jota come back, Liverpool will change their formation to a 4-2-3-1. And Gakpo will play behind Nunes. Diaz and Jota will be on the left, and Salah obviously on the right. And that's how we'll line up. And that's how we'll get by the rest of the season without buying a midfielder, because we'll be only playing the two instead of the three. So we'll be able to rotate the legs more because of all the substitutions we can do. But I could also see Gakpo going into midfield, if I'm being perfectly honest. Pep Linders, when he first commented on Gakpo, he said he is the missing link, which that word to me makes it sound like he's the one to pass the ball, to do this, to do that, kind of like a Thiago player. Maybe I'm wrong in thinking that, could be, but I don't see him as leading from the front. I see him as someone who's going to be playing behind the striker. So start playing him in that position. Why are we putting square pegs in round holes constantly? Why was Elliott out on the left and Gakpo through the middle? Put Salah through the middle. Yeah, when he got through on goal today, his shooting was atrocious. He should have buried that. Should have done. But why is that? I've said this before. Why was that front three playing to start with? It should have been Gakpo, Nunes, Salah. But no. And then later on in the game, when it were 1-1 and we were kind of getting a foothold in the game and we were taking a bit more of a lead and we looked like the ones that were going to score most likely, he does a substitution, brings Nunes on, puts him out on the left wing. Why not swap Gakpo and Nunes around? And then he makes other substitutions for the midfield, and we lose complete and utter control of the midfield. Fabinho, in my opinion, should have been sent off. That was an atrocious tackle. The more times you saw it over and over again, I'm pretty much surprised he stayed on the pitch. And then when they scored their second goal, we had practically the full team back in the box defending, and not one of us could clear it. It was a good goal. He had good quality, close control. Did that guy who scored the goal? He then deserved it. But where was our defence? I think it was Darwin Núñez was the one that went to challenge him. Where's Kanate? Where's whoever, a defender? Why is it our striker that's there? Do you know what I mean? Why is it our striker is the last line of defence? It's all over the place, guys. So anyway, just to finish off this video, I'm going to do a few, if you've come this far anyway, I'm going to give you my ratings out of 10 for the players. Don't worry, it won't be here long because there's not much to talk about. But I've given Alisson a 6. Couldn't really do much, you know, he pulled off some good saves. Trent, I've given him a 5. Milner, who came on for him, 5. I don't get that substitution, especially when the winger down there ended up scoring the goal, had pace. Why put Milner on? Milner was just basically cruising for a yellow card against him. Didn't make no sense. Kanate, Gomez, Robbo, all 5s for me. Bajcetic, I've given him a 6. You know, again, he was good, but just, yeah, at the same time, didn't really offer much. Fabinho, his replacement, 5. Should have been sent off, like I said. Thiago, 6, and his replacement, Jones, a 5. I don't know why Jones is still at the club. I keep saying this. Curtis Jones needs to go out on loan to have any chance of staying at Liverpool in the future. Keita, 6. He's my first choice out on that right for the rest of the season. Unless something else happens, Keita, you're staying there, pal. Hendo came on, 5. Rubbish. Elliott, give him a 6. Got the goal. And then Nunes, I gave him a 5. Didn't really do much when he came on, in all fairness, but he didn't really have much time to do anything. And again, he's playing out of position. Gakpo, 5, and Salah, 5 as well. You know, Salah had the opportunity early on to score the first goal of the game, fluffed his lines. I do think Gakpo showed a bit of quality where he was holding the ball up and, you know, standing strong, passing it about and stuff like that. But at the same time, he looked isolated, which is not on him, but it still affected the way he played, so it affects his rating basically for me. But yeah, guys, that's it for me. Right out of the FA Cup, all of him we've got to look forward to is Champions League, but playing Real Madrid, and the way we're going, guys, I don't think we're gonna get much out of that. So let's just focus on the league as best as we can. And yeah, Jurgen's just basically said that we're not signing anybody in January now. No midfielder will be coming in, so let's not be getting your hopes up, and that'll answer the question for the video that I did earlier today. Anyway, guys, if you've liked this video, give it a like. If you're new here, please subscribe, and put some comments down below, let me know your thoughts on the game, and I'll catch you in the next one.